Today I've passed my funded account challenge with FTMO for £10,000. So currently it's 25th of November, as you can see here, it's 25th of November. And I've managed to get £11,000 on it. So the first part of this video, I will review the metrics. I'll go into detail, what I've traded, how many days. And the second part of the video, I will review the trade that I took this morning that actually led me to passing this funded account challenge. So if we dive into metrics, you can see that my equity curve was actually pretty steady going up. I managed not to go in the drawdown at all. And as you can see, I've passed all the criteria, all the objectives. And I've actually traded only a week. So on the 18th of November, I placed my first trade. And today is Monday, 25th of November. So it was about a week. And of all 6 days, I've gone into drawdown only once. If you notice, these results, this P&L results are quite low compared to the amount of trades I took, and this is because I was actually risking less than 1%. So my usual amount of risk is 1% per trade. But on these days, because I just started off, my mentality wasn't really there. I was quite careful with how much I risk, how much money I put down the line. So I was risking about £30 to £50 per trade maximum, and that's why the P&L is relatively small. But today I've actually risked 1%, which is what I'm supposed to do. So my average profit was £146 and my average loss was £38, which leads me to average risk to reward ratio of 3.8. I took 31 trades in total, but I would say that most of these trades, about 10 of these trades were, placed by mistake, or they went into break even. Okay. But it still counts. I'm not making any excuses here on this one. Win rate was 38. Pretty poor, but I'm going to improve it on the next stage. So as you can see, let's go from the bottom. The second page. Don't really need to go there. We can. I don't mind. Let's show you. Page 2. So nothing really interesting. I was making 100, 120, 180, and I was losing pretty much nothing. As you can see, as I said, my stop loss was pretty small risk-wise, so 30, 20, but then here was 70. And then if we go to page 1, this was a bad day for me. But yeah, my average win, my average P&L when I was winning was pretty good. I'd say 160, 150, accounting for the fact that I was risking about £30 per trade. So I was making about 5R, and today was a very good trade for me. I caught 5R, 5 plus R, and this led me to passing the funded challenge. Diving deep into the metrics, nothing really interesting here. You can see all the details here on your screen, and I was actually trading only EURUSD. I don't trade anything else. I've dropped all GBP, all indices. I only do EURUSD, and it works really well for me. This makes me really conscious of what's going on the chart, and I always bear in mind what the next move is going to be. I know where we are positioned in the market, which helps me to stay focused essentially on the chart, on the price action. Okay, so let's go into the USD on the trade itself. So I need to buy a premium membership. Black Friday kicked in today, so I'm going to get it. But basically, I took a long position at the start of London. Why? Because I saw this big gap here, and I was waiting for some sort of reaction. I saw that in the morning we came to the inducement. If you're not familiar with this, which is basically a reference point where I sort of understand the behavioral. I kind of see where the market wants to go. If it goes above inducement, we're most likely going to go higher and get to the next order block. If not, then we will just probably go lower. So here we close with the body of inducement, and that gave me a sign. I was also monitoring DXY, but because I don't have premium membership, I can't really pull the second chart. But USD should be enough. So we came into this gap. Frankfurt sold off heavily, but what we can notice is this nice accumulation here on the Asia range. And if you're familiar with AMD setup, so accumulation, manipulation, distribution, that's what I was expecting. I was expecting the price to come at least sweep the Frankfurt high, but ideally all this buys the liquidity on Asia. So what I was doing is I went on a 1 minute time frame, and so my setup normally means that I should enter after the break of structure in 1 minute and come back to an order block. However, this was an aggressive entry for me. But the reason why I actually entered is because price was re-sweeping low after and after. So we swept this low, then swept this low, and then swept this low, and then we started seeing price going high, and then we start closing it with the candle's body above this inducement on 1 minute. And I was expecting an open low high close on 15 minute, which we've got, and I entered as soon as the price did the break of structure, and this was 4.1R. I've entered there, and then I saw that we got divergence on DXY, SMT divergence. So here dollar actually went down, swept these lows, and then went all the way there. And when I saw that euro didn't actually take the low, it was resisting going lower, I saw that SMT divergence, and we also got RSI divergence on a lower time frame, and we swept this order blocks liquidity. And as soon as I saw that we swept it, I entered. But this was a really huge move. I didn't really have time to enter because I was just a bit busy at that time. But still decent move. I risked only 0.3% on this, 1% on this trade. As soon as I entered here, I reduced my stop loss to this level, which made my overall risk just 1%. So at this point I was 1%. Opened this trade, I was risking about 1.3, but then because I moved my stop loss to this low, I was still risking 1%, which is good. This is called pyramid level. You just add positions into your direction if you're confident that you're going there, which keeps the same amount of risk that you have at the start, but then it also dramatically increases the reward side as well of your trades. So I made about £150, basically 5% on my account, and I could easily actually target Frankfurt, as I said, Asia, but because at this point I've calculated that at this point I'm going to pass my phase 1, and there's actually no reason why I would hold it here, because all the profits that are going past the 10% mark when you pass your challenge, it doesn't mean anything, because you still get a new account and it's gonna start again from 10,000. So I was like, what's the point for me holding and risking all my capital? I could have taken partials, but again, there's no reason. Just take your profits, pass the stage, and move on. So now I'm basically trying to pass the verification stage. I'll see how it goes. I'll start from tomorrow, and hopefully I can pass it within this week. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching.